In the bustling city of Lagos was a young man named Lawrence. He was an only child and his mother was a widow. He learned how to fend for himself very early because his mother didn't have enough resources to train him. He would hawk fruits in the market and use the money to support the little one his mother brought, and that was how they survived. By the time he grew up, he was already a big-time hustler who had done different kinds of menial jobs like selling vegetables, used clothes and shoes, cleaning people's homes, but presently, he worked in a car wash. He couldn't even get a good job because he didn't have a degree. Life was really hard for him and he was frustrated most of the time. His mother always advised him to be patient and wait for his time to come, but deep down, he was tired of waiting for things to get better and was hoping to find connections that will make him rich very fast. One Saturday morning, Lawrence went to work at the car wash as usual and a car drove in. A young lady came down from the car and requested for her car to be washed. Lawrence saw the car and knew the lady was rich. He wanted her to pick interest in him, so he decided not to collect money from her after washing the car. Luckily for him, she liked his kind gesture and gave him her card. She told him to call her the next day and Lawrence was so happy because his plan worked perfectly. The next day, he called her and they agreed to meet in a restaurant. She was already at the restaurant when he arrived, and when he was seated, she told him to order anything he wanted and they discussed while they waited for their food. They did formal introductions and he found out her name was Maureen. She started asking him things about himself and he told her everything she needed to know. He told her his family and educational background and begged her to help him. He told her that he knew she was wealthy and asked her to show him the way because he desperately needed to live the life of poverty. She just smiled and asked him if he was ready to do what it takes to have excess wealth and riches. He immediately replied that he was willing to do anything to get rich. She said she would give his request a thought, and after their meal, she paid, and before they left, she promised to call him soon. 3 days later, while he was at work, she called and told him to come to her office. She gave him the directions and immediately he left all he was doing and went to see her. While on the way in a taxi, he received a call from his mother, and when he picked, his mother immediately asked him where he was. He told her he was on his way to see a friend, and when she asked who the friend was, he told her it was someone that would change their lives forever. She told him to be careful because she had a dream where he made a decision that cost him everything. She also told him to be prayerful and avoid bad friends. He assured her that he would avoid bad people and be careful. When he got to Maureen's office, she welcomed him and offered him a drink. She told him that she gave his request a thought and decided to introduce him to her friends that would make him rich. Lawrence was so excited because his dreams of being rich was finally becoming a reality. Maureen gave him a document and told him to sign it before she would disclose any further information. Immediately he signed it, he found himself in the midst of people in red and black clothes and he became very confused. He heard a voice that told him to place his hands on the calabash in front of him and take an oath not to say anything he would hear or see to anyone. He took the oath and was immediately initiated into the Brotherhood of Everlasting Money. He was then asked to make a wish, and his only wish was to be very wealthy. The voice told him that his wish has been granted and he was given an assignment to buy something for anyone he knows with the first money he receives. After the initiation, he found himself in front of his house, and when he entered his room, he saw some money on the bed. He remembered what he was instructed to do and decided to buy some things for his boss. Knowing that his boss loves fruits, he went to the market and bought different types of fruits for him, and when he was done, he headed to the car wash. Lawrence met with his boss and told him that he would not work with him again because he had gotten another job. He gave him the basket of fruits and told him that it was his little way of thanking him for being a good boss, and right in front of him, his boss ate one of the fruits. Lawrence, knowing that his boss was the sacrifice, was so happy because he ate some of the fruits, but he didn't care because he just wanted to make money. Before he left, He said his goodbyes to his colleagues, and by the time he got home, his room was filled with money.